Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the bridge. Good morning. It's morning here. It's nighttime for our guest. So he's in Afghanistan, right?
No,
Afghanistan,
Pakistan.
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 I'm sorry, Pakistan, and so he's like 12 hours different time from us. So we got a good time for all of us. So welcome, uh, Tariq, Naeem, and my guest co-host today is Nancy LaChapelle. Nancy's been on before. Welcome, Nancy. Glad to have you.
Thank
And
you.
we are on the bridge with our guests, and we are on episode 123 today. So we're moving right along, and we've got a special guest today. But first, Nancy, you've got a quote for us?
I do. And I picked one that I thought would resonate for Dr. Naim. It's from Steve Jobs. And he says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking.
I like that one. I don't think I've heard that one before, and I like it.
Yeah,
It's a
because
good one.
dogma thinking I never preferred. I am in medicine since 40 years. So many of the important lessons in my life, in my medical journey, I have learned not from textbooks or from medical school. It was when I felt myself sick, I was patient. So that time I realized practicing medicine intellectually and
Yeah.
observing the torments of chronic disease are entirely two different experiences.
Mm.
So that
Can, can you
moment,
can you check your microphone? I'm getting a little feedback of kind of your voice coming in and out. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
I can hear, I can hear.
You can hear, but it's not echoing for you at all.
No, no, no.
No. Okay. All right, Nancy, are you hearing okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that is great. Thank you for responding about dogma. But before we kind of get into a little meat of our dialogue, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do?
I am 40 years in medicine practicing. Many things I have learned in medicine, how to diagnose, how to treat the patient, how to manage the numbers, and how to manage the complications. But one thing always, one question always haunted me: what cause chronic disease? What cause chronic disease? Because in conventional medicine, we are managing symptoms, masking the symptoms, not treating the root cause. When I felt sick, I felt that there is something missing in the puzzle. So I start, when I felt sick, I start asking questions. So why chronic disease with, with me? So I was passionate to know it because many of my patients I observed when they were getting treatment, they are not getting well for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months maximum. They become asymptomatic and afterwards they were coming back again with the same problems. Like I will tell you, we diagnose the disease, receive, patient received diagnosis many years after disease started. For instance, diabetes start first as insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia. Okay, when we diagnose it, it we lose around 10 to 15 years. 10 to 15 years in diagnosing the disease. So in that time, most of the pathological changes has already been taken place in the body. So that time conventional medicine start the disease. So same thing happened with me when I was practicing medicine religiously, following the textbook, following the guidelines, everything. One day I felt I was diagnosed with diabetes, afterwards hypertension, afterwards uh, irregular heart rate, atrial fibrillation, and I was satisfied because I was working in hospital with good consultants are available. But one fine morning, I developed stroke. I'm a stroke survivor. So that moment, I was in deep coma for 2 to 3 hours, but luckily I recovered spontaneously with minimal residual changes. That was the moment when I decided, when I was thinking, I was curious what to do. Because in one person, 4 or 5 diseases together, and every specialty is treating it separately with different medicines. So there is something, because I was not at that time willing to follow the dogma or dogmatic thinking. I was searching for the truth. What is behind it? What is behind it? So, what happened when I regained consciousness? I was looking at the walls of the hospital room, medical staff, and thinking that I'm on a carousel of frustration, darkness, word of despair, hopelessness. So I was depressed. I was depressed. But adversity, sometimes breaks you and sometimes transform you. So I keep on asking this question: why atrial fibrillation for me, irregular heart rate for me, why diabetes for me, why fibromyalgia for me, and finally stroke. Why? So when I was asking why, my why becomes very big, how becomes very small. So that's what I learned, and I went to the fundamentals. Fundamentals means what is the common thread causing all these diseases. I found the common thread is metabolic dysfunction. Metabolic dysfunction,
Yeah.
the main driver of which is insulin resistance. So that was the point when I started searching for metabolism, because metabolism defines life itself. So what metabolism and at the core of the metabolism is mitochondria. Mitochondria, the cell making machinery of our body. So then I found one thing more profound, that everything is energy. Everything is energy. Mitochondria are energy producing factories or organelles. If we lose mitochondria, we will get disease. And if we have more mitochondria, we can recover. We can recover. Body want to heal. Body want to heal, and if you will provide the proper raw material, body can heal. Not treat. Treating disease will never give you health, and healing will give you full health. Okay, so I started uh, researching. I studied, researched, and questioned why we are treating only symptoms. Why we are not going to the common thread, which is insulin resistance. If we treat one dysfunction, that is insulin resistance, we can manage all diseases. We don't need separate medicines, for each disease. And one more thing, when I was suffering, I was bouncing from one specialty to other specialty, and every consultant was telling me that this is the life you will live now. But I refused to accept that.
Yeah.
I was using around 20 medicines to get through the day. And finally, what happened? I was feeling myself not myself, like a zombie, like a zombie. So that way, I tackled each symptoms. I read books from cover to cover, and I researched. So I found that everything is in nature. Nature, perfect restorative sleep, nutrient dense food, and sunlight. We are not only biological beings, we are bioelectrical beings also. So sunlight, the loop of sleep, sunlight, and circadian rhythm revs up the revs up the rev up the metabolism, and
Yeah.
food come afterwards. So these things I started, and I recovered. I recovered, and I'm no more on medications, and living healthy, perfectly vibrant life with full of energy, and on top of that, purpose in life. Because before I was on survival mode, so how to get through
Yeah.
the day? Hmm? With
Well, I need to stop you for just a second. I'm still getting a lot of microphone feedback. Nancy, are you hearing him fine? Are you
No, I'm not
hearing?
hearing him fine, but I'm
Oh,
understanding
so
most of
what
it.
I tried a minute ago was I tried to turn off my microphone while you were speaking. It didn't help. So, Nancy, I'm wondering if I don't know. Tariq, are you getting feedback at all?
some noise you are getting.
Yeah, it's going in and out, and then it's just a little scratchy. So,
Wait
um,
one.
I'm not sure what to do. I went to headphones this week because I thought it was my microphone, but um,
Now it's okay.
anyway, oh, that sounds a little better. Keep talking.
Okay.
I think so. Nancy, is that better? Is that better?
Well, the doctor needs to speak a bit more because you're fine.
Okay.
It's only
Okay.
his
All
voice.
right.
Yes.
All right. Well, so what really piqued my interest when I read about you on LinkedIn was your metabolic journey into metabolic health, and it's so up now. I know in the leadership field it is talking about the brain body connection and how the brain connects to our metabolic health and
Yeah.
and how we process our emotions. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all connected.
Yeah. So before it was, I am trying to decentralize this medicine, reductionist allopathic approach. Heart is for beating,
Yeah.
stomach is for digestion, brain is for thinking. No, all body parts are connected, and they are having connection with each other. If one organ is diseased, all body is suffering. So that way of thinking, dogmatic thinking, is absolutely out of dated. No, but what to do? There is
Yeah.
1.6 billion trillion
Hmm.
dollar
Yeah.
industry.
So how is the medical community? I mean, I know probably the doctors are a lot like other people, and they get stuck in their dogma. How are
Yeah.
they accepting kind of the metabolic health and the brain body connection? Is it starting to come around, or are you the pioneer?
In Pakistan, I think I am the pioneer.
Yeah.
I am running this metabolic health clinic. I have team of doctors, nutritionists, and scientists. We are working together. We are screening for metabolic health, and we are treating and reversing diseases globally. I am doing also doing virtual clinics from all over the world. I have patients. I treated many patients of complicated diseases like big C cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I have treated with metabolic therapy, targeted vitamins and minerals, and they are living their life happily now.
Yeah.
So,
Doctor, I was interested in your comment that I thought this was really an American problem with our lousy diet and lifestyle. But I get the impression that this is a global phenomenon, that people are suffering such vast amounts of chronic disease. I know you listed them in your bio, and I've got half of them, so I'm listening attentively. This isn't just an American problem, and it's specifically diet that I'm interested in.
yeah,
I'm
mainly
surprised that
diet,
diet.
and before diet come our environment. Foundation is environment. Foundation is environment. Morning, getting up when you see sunrise, that will fix your day, because when morning time infrared and red waves enter in your near infrared waves enter in your eyes. In brain, there is a center of suprachiasmatic nucleus, which we call the biological clock of our body. So that biological clock sets the circadian rhythm for 24 hours, and that again send messages to all peripheral cells, what time to release hormones, what time to thousand of genes switch off and switch on with that circadian rhythm. If that circadian rhythm will not work, our hormones will imbalance. You have seen obesity crisis and many hormonal diseases in males and females like PCOS, erectile dysfunctions. All these are hormonal imbalances, because the loop of self-sabotage is sitting morning from bed to car to office desk to again car, and again car again sofa, and then bed, and in between lot of LED lights and fast food. So that are, you can say, metabolic poisons. Metabolic poisons. These LED lights, because human beings are designed, their biology is designed basically for environment. Sunlight enter through your skin, through your eyes, recharge the mitochondria. It will help in mitochondrial biogenesis. If you have more mitochondria, you have more energy. And if you if you have dysfunctional mitochondria, you don't have energy. You will get a throat infection with weather change, everything, immune system compromised, and you will get sick. You have seen in days of COVID, those who are suffering from metabolic disease, diabetes, their mortality rate was very high, and you have never seen any patient with the good metabolic health to suffer from COVID. So you will get you can get bulletproof immunity if you have good metabolic health, and that's why we are stressing more on metabolic health, because we all deserves good metabolic health. Metabolic health means you have stable blood sugar, you have stable insulin, you have stable normal triglycerides, you have no inflammation inside the body, because when we treat suppose somebody is having hypertension, somebody is hypertension, high blood pressure, we give antihypertensive medicines. What they do, they will temporarily dilate the blood pressure will come down. But the root cause is not treated. And root cause is high insulin inside the body. High insulin, what it will do, it will retain salt and water from the kidneys. It will increase your sympathetic activity, heart rate. It will decrease your nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a natural gas which helps in dilatation of blood vessels and reduce the blood pressure. So
Yeah.
we treat that symptom and we will not fix the root cause. We will tell the patient, which is very dangerous, restrict salt. Salt is retained in the body due to insulin resistance, and they blame demonized salt. They have demonized all essential things. They have demonized salt. They have demonized saturated fat. They have demonized sun. So that's why you have seen the epidemic of chronic diseases. All these diseases can be reversed by dietary measures and lifestyle changes.
Mhm.
But
So, yeah, I'm still hearing a little feedback from a microphone. I don't know whose it is, but it's better than it was. So, I'm curious when you say, of course, our diet is very important and environment. I want to go a little bit into my emotional environment. How important is that? Because personally, I'm learning to meditate and try to get into a coherent state. But I know that emotions have a lot to do with it too.
biopsychosocial model. This is basically biopsychosocial model. With every emotions, our physiology change. When you health is actually the coherence between mind, brain, and body. Okay,
Hmm.
when you feel stressed, cortisol level will increase, and immediately you will get high blood pressure. So emotions have
Sure.
same role as diet. If somebody is having low grade chronic stress due to any reason, family problems or some childhood trauma, whatever it is, low grade stress, it will lead to insulin resistance and all the cluster diseases of insulin resistance. So, because mental disorders are metabolic disorders of the brain.
Sure. Well,
Now, yeah, please.
no, and our metabolic health is connected, I'm thinking, to our autonomic nervous system. It's
Yes,
automatic, or the polyvagal nerve, and so it's not just my thoughts, but it's kind of visceral. It's in my body, maybe first.
yeah. Autonomic nervous system, whatever you think, that will change your physiology and reflect in your health, chronic diseases. How it becomes so much important because when you are vagus nerve is the relaxing nerve for human body. So if vagal active, what we are doing, we are living in a hypersympathetic state,
Right.
fight flight mode, fight flight mode. So always we are searching for some pleasure. Always we need dopamine. Fast food, why we are using? Because we get pleasure. Okay, and but no nutrients, no nutrients. So that is one of the reasons of getting chronic disease. And to go into to activate the vagus nerve, we need meditation. Meditation. mindful meditation is the key to restore your health and to regulate your emotions. Happiness is what? Regulation of your emotions. If you can regulate your emotions, only you feel happy. So we don't activate our vagus nerve. Morning time, if we will sit outside, most of the time we are spending our time in these concrete buildings. We are not going
Yeah.
outdoors to
Yeah.
activate our mitochondria and uh, uh, with when you see morning sunrise, that will increase your vitamin D, which is required for many functions of the body. And nitric oxide relax your blood vessels and antioxidant effect. But we are not, we are using this God gifted uh, thing. We are believing on pills. For we are thinking that for every pill, for every disease, there is a pill. So that is the reason we are getting all these
Sure.
diseases.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We're all connected, aren't we? I mean, it's all,
Yeah,
and we need to get outside the building, get some sunlight, maybe
yeah, yeah.
walk in the park.
Sunlight, walk. One more thing I will tell you: walk in the park barefoot,
Yeah.
because I am telling you that we are not only biological being, we are bioelectric being also. This is a process of redox signaling, electron exchange, negative and positive electron exchange in the body through soil, through real soil, and through sunlight. These are vital to for redox signaling. So not only diet is one factor, diet is one part, but foundation is, as I said, environment. Fix the environment. So,
Yeah.
if a flower doesn't blossom, don't blame the flower. Fix the environment. Fix the
So,
environment.
another thing as you were talking, and I think we're starting to measure it too, is the human connection piece, how important it is to uh, be with people and associate, and human connection is important in environment too, correct?
Okay. If you see the trajectory of exponential rise in chronic disease, this start, I think, before all these diseases we name today are uncommon before 1980.
Yeah.
Before 1980, it started when they officially 1980 they told us low fat, high carb diet. Okay, and after that, with fast forward, we came in the era of uh, computer age. We came, and now 3G, 4G, 5G, and devices, smartwatches, all these things have taken our peace, and we don't want to go to meet people. We are chatting on social media, and that's why. And uh, you know, brain is 2% of our body weight. 2% of our body weight, but it consumes 20% of resources, 20% of energy of our body. So
Yeah.
how, when we are continuously, constantly scrolling on the mobile, our brain is rotting, uh, frying between the signals of Wi-Fi and mobile signals. Mobile towers are nearby, solar panels are there. So That's why we are not getting peace. That's why we are not getting peace. And that's why every moment, we want dopamine surge to get some pleasure. We don't want peace. For peace, we need serotonin. So, you are scrolling, you will see one after the other, and to get pleasure. But that thing is changing everything in your physiology, and you will go to the psychiatrist or any other doctor. They will put you on antidepressant, which is not required, and it is actually needs to uh, proper health education.
Absolutely.
So I believe, like, I am also sitting and talking virtual meeting, but uh, when it is required, when it is needed, that time only. Night is for
Yeah.
sleep. You don't know, people don't know how much important it is. It uh, it is for rest and repair and regeneration. It regenerate all the cells. Whatever you have done in the morning, it will be, all damaged cells will be cleared from the system, and new cells will regenerate. So, but people are, sleeping late nights. Uh, we should sleep immediately after sunset, after 2 hours, like eat with the sun and sleep after that. Sleep after that.
Um,
Yeah, maximum you should sleep at 2 hours after sunset. But people are sleeping at midnight. Midnight, that melatonin hormone for repair, anti-cancer, and all these things, it will disappear by that time, and they are getting up late in the morning. So these things,
Yeah.
our medical system should teach them. They should educate them. They should give both choices. They should give both choices. If you want treatment with medicines, this is symptomatic, masking the symptoms. But if you want permanent treatment, you have to adopt. Although this is difficult task, difficult task, but they should give this choice to the patients. But unfortunately, they are not willing to do it because many of the many people are in intellectual and educated people. They are in cognitive dissonance. They know all these things are bad, but they don't want to practice it
Yeah.
because it is difficult.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And other group of people is, I think, is in cognitive slumber. They don't want to listen.
Yeah.
They don't want to listen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for that, I am trying to splash cold water on their face.
Yeah.
It, it,
Humans resist change, don't they?
All your
So
descriptors were, I was thinking of from an adult perspective, but this so impacts children as well. Kids
yeah,
aren't
yeah,
outside playing like they used to be
yeah,
in my
yeah.
time.
I have seen small children, 2 years age, less than, with mobile screens. So
yeah.
their developing brain is being affected with these devices. But
Wow.
there is no massive campaign on TV or from government side. So we are trying our level best. But that's why I want to make this metabolic health is a part of public lexicon. Huh?
Yeah.
So if everybody understand what is metabolic health, what steps should we
Exactly.
do for to get to know whether we are suffering from metabolic problem, because 95% of the American population, and globally, I can say 95 50% plus are metabolically sick.
Yeah.
But we have accepted them as
Yeah.
because they don't know. They don't know. They
Yeah.
don't know.
Right. Well, you, I see hope in your eyes. You know, you are working toward the future. And go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I,
the reason behind this is because I suffered a lot. I suffered a lot. I felt the torment of chronic disease and how my family suffered. So that's why I don't want anybody else to suffer from the same sequences of the metabolic disease, because we treat the sequence of the dysfunction. We don't treat the root cause.
yeah.
That's why I am struggling. I want every mother, every mother to know what is metabolic health, to protect her child from the metabolic diseases. I want every patient to know that treatment of chronic diseases is not health, and absence of disease is not health. You need metabolic screening,
Yeah.
which is right of everybody.
Yeah.
So I want my message from patient to family, from family to community, from community to society. So that is my mission, and I am trying my level best with my team
Yeah.
to make this planet disease free.
Yeah.
I was telling you, in 1980 we have 108 million diabetic.
Mhm.
Before 1980, diabetes was a rare disease.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I read
And
somewhere. Oh, go ahead.
and I and after in 2026, now people living with diabetes are 600 millions. 108 millions in 1980. More than 5 times, or approximately 5 times, uh, exponential rise of diabetes is never seen in the medical history. In the medical, just 2 generations, you can say 46 years, and
Mhm.
it increased 5, 6 times. That's why we need urgent or to tackle this on emergency
Sure.
basis. This is 3,000 years old disease. It was
Mhm.
discovered approximately 3,000 years back. But, you know, it increases exponentially, unrelenting disorder in 46 years. Now it is a plague of 21st century.
Yeah.
It's a plague of 21st century. So same is obesity, all these diseases. Diabetes, we say this is a chronic progressive disease. This is conventional medicine.
Yeah.
Need lifelong medicines. They
Mhm. Yeah.
say, and one more thing, they say this is disease of high blood sugar. Both these are both lies. First lie, diabetes is not a chronic progressive disease. Diabetes is a dietary disease. Huh? And it is a disease of high blood sugar. High blood glucose is the symptom of the disease, not the disease. We are managing the symptom.
Yeah.
Inside, hyperinsulinemia is there. We are on top of that. We are giving medicines to increase more insulin, to lower blood sugar. Patient gets satisfied that his blood sugar is normal, his hemoglobin A1C is normal, but inside pathological changes are like intracellular.
Mhm.
All these pathologies are intracellular, not extracellular, like inflammation, glycation, insulin resistance, oxidative stress, membrane integrity, and epigenetic changes. Epigenetic changes. All these are intracellular. No drug is effective on these intracellular, because the drugs never enter inside the cell where the mitochondria is present. So mitochondria become overwhelmed, dysfunctional. We are not bothered. We have
Yeah.
dilated the blood vessels, we have reduced the blood sugar, and we have relieved the pain. So that is
Mhm.
not the root cause treatment. Acute medicines, when there are heart attacks, trauma,
Mhm.
infections, strokes,
Yeah.
that conventional medicine is top notch.
Yeah.
But in management of chronic diseases, they are masking the symptoms, they are not addressing the root cause,
Yeah.
and people are suffering a lot.
Right. You know, I read somewhere that the word doctor goes back to being a teacher, you know, and Nancy and I are both educators from, you know, teachers. And so you have definitely filled that role today. You really shared a lot of information, a lot of food for thought, so to speak. One thing I'm going to kind of wrap this up, but we kind of end with what's one takeaway from our conversation. And I don't know, have you gotten something, Doctor, from our conversation today? A takeaway?
Takeaway is that I want to tell every person that your chronic disease is not permanent.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
get, this is not life sentence. You
Yeah,
can get back to your life by
yeah,
restoring your metabolic health.
yeah.
Metabolic health can be restored by
Awesome.
environment and food, emotions, and
Yeah,
your social circle.
yeah,
So one more thing I want to tell people, to spread this message to everyone. So everybody should know about the importance of metabolic health, because
oh, yes.
uh, you, this environment is this is zoo-like environment. When you go outside, you have temptations. Uh, Big billboards for fast food and all these things. Government level, it should be uh, some restrictions on these things, and they should write, like on cigarette
Yeah,
packs, they write
yeah,
injurious for health. They should also
yeah,
write, these foods can cause metabolic disease.
yeah.
So all these things.
Nancy?
Mhm.
Oh, Nancy, take
Yeah,
away.
takeaway. Well, I think what's evolved in our culture is you can't fat shame people, even though we know everyone would benefit by getting out of obesity. But even some of our big name entertainers, like Adele, is it, who lost all the weight, and then people criticized her for not accepting an alternative lifestyle. And
Yeah,
anyway, but my real takeaway is, oh my gosh, I'm so concerned about adults in our health, but it's really children, how their lifestyles evolved to um, they don't get the exercise they used to. They're not outside enjoying the sunshine. It's not uncommon to see kids at the grocery store at 9, 10 o'clock at night, when you say it really should be 2 hours after sundown, that you at least head to bed. But anyway, you've really opened my eyes. I need to understand better metabolic health.
metabolic health is
Yeah,
important to learn for everybody. Everybody, this is
yeah,
very important, because
yeah,
metabolic health is the optimal health. Optimal
yeah,
Yeah.
health.
yeah. I
So
really, I
one
appreciate you bringing that to the forefront because it is very important, and how important the mitochondria is.
mitochondria are the main machinery required to get health. because mitochondrial biogenesis is the key. We only say that mitochondria are energy producing factories. Mitochondria, dysregulated mitochondria cause cancer, dysregulated mitochondria cause
Yeah.
diabetes, dysregulated mitochondria cause autoimmune diseases, dementia. All these things are due to dysregulation of mitochondria.
Well, Doctor, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on with us today. And I want to invite you back. I'm going to be starting a new series about, I just call it Wee Bits of Wisdom from the Bridge. And I want to bring people like you back on to just do a little 10-minute teaching for us. And then we'll, it won't quite be a long interview, but if you'll come back, we'd love it. And
I'll be delighted.
oh, good.
If you
Thank
will
you.
invite me again, I will be delighted.
Oh,
It's my pleasure.
okay, wonderful. And I just want to put this note out there. If you had trouble hearing this episode, just download the transcript and read it, because it's very, very good information. And I still have that feedback. I don't know what that problem is. I'm trying to work that out, but I apologize for that. But again, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you, doctor.
would you hang on just for a second, Doctor, while I'm going to shut down the recording. I want you to not go away quite yet, okay?
Okay.
If I push the right button.